Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Daniel, Danny B, and this is the second post for my testimony. Got a little bit of time, got a little bit of quiet time here at the halfway house. As you can see, it's kind of group home living. Just to kind of let you know that my story is real, man. And we're going to do a little Bible study, mix in a little Bible with little God with my testimony. And like I said yesterday in the first testimony, I don't come from the best family, not noble. My mom was a drug addict. My dad was an alcoholic. The streets was all I knew for a long time, till I was about 25, 26. Decided to get sober, man. And God really hit me, in my heart. 20, I think 27, 26, 27, when I was laying in that bed at the rescue mission, and I was making that list. And my plan was that if it didn't work out, that I was going to go hurt a bunch of people, man, honestly, and then just try to make my way down to Mexico and get as far away as I could. I had a plan to put some people in a trunk, and the thoughts were pretty bad. But then, God told me, why are you doing this? And I kind of let him know, and he said, I love you, right? And it just kind of broke those chains in my heart, on my heart, surrounding my heart. And like I said, the next couple of days, it felt like a flashlight, a beam of sunshine was just shining through out of my heart. I'm in 1 Corinthians chapter 1, starting in verse 18. And I remember the first time I read this verse, and it hit me hard. And what it says is, verse 18 says, "For the message of the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing, but to us who are being saved, it is the power of God. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, the intelligence of the intelligent I will frustrate." And we see it every day. Jesus has done it in my life. I thought I was pretty wise. I thought I was pretty intelligent. Definitely street smart. Know how to hustle. Know how to make some money in the streets. Could get pretty much anything I wanted. Any woman I wanted in the streets. But for and a lot of you know that are in there in the streets, that especially those that are saved, that have fallen back and that are in the streets, know that the message of the cross is foolishness to the world. So we must preach that, man. And then it goes on to say in verse 20, "Where is the wise man? Where is the scholar? Where is the philosopher of this age? Has not God made foolish the wisdom of the world? For since in the wisdom of God the world through its wisdom did not know him, God was pleased through the foolishness of what was preached to save those who believe. Jews demand miraculous signs, and Greeks look for wisdom, but we preach Christ crucified, a stumbling block to Jews and foolishness to Gentiles. But to those whom God has called, both Jews and Greeks, Christ, the power of God and the wisdom of God. For the foolishness of God is wiser than man's wisdom, and the weakness of God is stronger than man's strength." And that's kind of been the story of my life. A lot of you guys follow me on Facebook, can see that I'm not the wisest, or as far as along as I should be for my age. I just got out of prison, and I pretty much have nothing. And a lot of you have supported me through a lot of stuff, financially, through my sobriety, my family, some friends, extended friends, and I really greatly appreciate it. But it's because of Jesus, and it's because you guys have good hearts as well, and I try to carry that on as well. And I don't try to be holier than thou, especially here at the halfway house or at work or anything like that. I am just human. But God is taking those that are foolish and turning them into what He wants them to be, and the wiser, and people see that. There's I just posted this today on my Facebook page. There's a professor at the University of Texas that's arguing that being a pedophile should be accepted in this country, and he's arguing that the Greeks did it, 2, 3, 4,000 years ago. The Romans did it, and it actually created bonds between children and grown men, and thus creating, especially our country not having so many, or having so many kids without fathers. It would create these bonds, and that's just utter foolishness, man. That really is. And this dude's a college professor. He teaches at the University of Texas. That's just utter ridiculousness. There's a couple other Facebook or posts on my Facebook. One is of a woman that's been arrested something like 86 or 87 times, been to prison 23, 24 times, I think it said, got out and got saved, and now she's doing well. I think she was celebrating something like 10 years of sobriety at this point. So I just want to encourage you guys. It's a refining process. We have to go through these lows so we could experience these highs with Jesus, and that's kind of what it's about. I'm in a refining process. I believe we're all in a refining process. And if you need help, if you have any questions, you can always message me on my Facebook. It's Danny Boyle. So yeah, I pray for all of you, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good night.